Groom to Pack Powder, 58 runs there. Nubs Knob on all 53 of their trails. Sarchmont skiing 95% of their terrain. They've got machine groomed and variable conditions, close to 2 dozen trails to choose from. Check out more at snowcountry.com. I'm Jason Dean.
Gear up like a boss at Blue Collar Clothing. They have the brands for folks who believe that working hard is a way of life. Like the company owner who still clocks in at the mill every day. Blue Collar Clothing on Morenci Avenue in Mayo carries their own durable clothing brand, plus Carhartt, Red Wing, and other hard-working American-made clothing and footwear. Or shop for everything online at BlueCollarClothingCo.com. When you work hard, your gear should too. BlueCollarClothingCo.com.
When the time comes to make your relationship official, Hogan's Diamond Jewelers is Northern Michigan's jewelry store. This is Erin Martins. Want to know about our credentials? While many stores come and go, Hogan's has been right here in downtown Gaylord for nearly 68 years. It's hard to say how many couples have begun their trip down the aisle of togetherness here at our store. Whether it's a guy looking for an engagement ring to present as he pops the question, or a couple who are pretty far along in their relationship coming in together to find the ring to seal the deal. You get the attention you deserve. If you need evidence of their satisfaction with Hogan's service, look at how often they come back for a ring to commemorate a meaningful anniversary or when it's time to renew their vows. Our bridal couples send their friends here too. We take time to talk to you, and more importantly, we listen to what you have to say, one couple at a time. It's how we've done it for going on 7 decades. We're on Main Street, M32 in downtown Gaylord at Hogan's Diamond Jewelers.
The snow is flying and the chill is in the air. Find a new winter hobby that'll have you breathing in all that fresh air in Bel Air. Super Sundays at Shush Mountain are the day for slope junkies. Not only do you get a lift ticket and rental equipment, but you can also take advantage of a large group lesson with stations covering the core basics of skiing and snowboarding for just $60. It's the ultimate package. Come join in on all the fun on Shush Mountain at Shanty Creek Resort, shantycreek.com.
WGRY in Grayling is a division of Blarney Stone Broadcasting with 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network, 101.1 WGRY, powered by Gardner White Furniture in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude.
It's time for the Northern Michigan High School Sports Scoreboard Show on Up North Sports Radio with your host, Rich Calkins.
It is time for the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig Chevrolet and GMC in Gaylord. Dedicated to providing the best customer service and the best offers, JimWernigChevrolet.com. Rich Calkins and the Roadrunner in with you this morning. Roadrunner, appreciate you coming in, buddy.
All righty, Gab, we're all here. We got Jim on the phone line.
We do. We have Jim Jeffers, the assistant coach of the Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds, stepping in for Pat Schultz. And Jim, another district championship for your team last night with a big win over Johannesburg.
Yes, sir. It was exciting. You know, you get 6 in anything, that's an accomplishment. But to beat our arch rival like we did, that was a big win for us.
It is, absolutely. You know, and for people that don't realize that it is quite the rivalry with Gaylord St. Mary's and Joburg, you know, only being a few miles apart. You guys, I mean, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, whatever it may be, that is a big-time rivalry with you guys.
Oh, for sure. That date's, I mean, that's been going back years. So, again, you know, anytime we can get a victory over Joburg, you know, we're going to take it. And, you know, to give our girls their 6th championship, that's big for us.
Oh, so. It sure is. Now, Jim, talk about the game last night. Who were some of the kids that really stepped up so that you got that 6th championship?
Well, so, you know, the game last night started off kind of how we had envisioned it. A little bit of nerves, started off a little bit slower offensively than what we would like. But this year our team is built around defense, and you know that worked for us. We only gave up 3 points for maybe the first quarter. You know, Peyton Glasby had a big night offensively. I think she ended up putting up 23 points, almost all of those from her post position. You know, everybody knows Peyton. She likes to shoot that 3 ball, and she's really good at it. But yesterday she took advantage of what they gave us, and she scored a majority of her points right there in the paint. My daughter Kaylee, she totally on defense was tasked with locking down Joburg's, probably their most effective scoring option with Emery Laws. And we guarded her almost the entire game. And I don't think she gave up a basket until late in the fourth quarter. So, that was huge for us, pulling that out. And between the two of them, we did what we had to do. So.
Yeah, Coach, anytime you just give up 25 points in a district championship game, definitely that defense is working for you.
Oh, for sure. That's what our emphasis has been on all year. And it's not just our press. It's we've been working super hard on our half-court defense. The big emphasis all year has been our conditioning and our strength training. Matter of fact, that's what Pat's doing right now. He's down with the girls. They're lifting weights. It made a huge difference. We were just talking about it a few minutes ago. The gains as far as their strength from April till now is just crazy. And I think that's always been maybe our Achilles heel. When we get into tournaments, we start seeing some of these teams that a little bit bigger physically, and we were going to make sure that was not what cost us a win this year.
No, that's great. You're absolutely right. We've talked to Pat quite a bit on our weekly show here, and so he said that, you guys really emphasized that weight training this year, getting down in there and really working hard. And, hey, you got quite the matchup coming up in your regional semifinals, a 20-4 Buckley team.
Yeah. We've been there's been a lot of film being watched, basically all week. Not that we're looking past Joburg, but you only have a couple days to prepare, so you have to start doing the homework early. And they're the real deal. They have just a pile of athletes that they throw at you. They're long, they're lanky. They go hard for the boards. That's going to be our biggest thing right now is can we keep them off the offensive rebounding, and can we lock them down defensively? I think our offense is going to come, but got to keep them from scoring. And they're a solid team. And we've been the same regional for the last 3 years. Buckley, Frankfort, us, and Mile.
Yeah.
And this is our first crack at Buckley.
Okay, that's kind of. I was at your regional championship game. I think it was 3 years when you guys played Frankfort over in Kalkaska.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, I was over there, watched that game. I plan on being up at your game on Monday night up at Joburg, correct? That is the regional site?
Yes, sir. We're going to almost consider that a home team advantage there.
Sure.
So.
Absolutely. Your fans only have to travel, 6-8 miles?
Yep.
And, Buckley's got to come a ways over. No, I would definitely say that's a home court advantage for you guys.
Yeah, and we're going to take that because, the last few years, we've done our fair share of traveling.
Sure.
We've been to Frankfort, Traverse City West. A couple years ago was Kalkaska, which wasn't all that bad. But for us to be able to go 8-10 miles, that's going to be nice. We're going to appreciate that.
Yeah, that's for sure. No, you never, look, whatever the MHSAA schedules, when they give you a little bit of a slight advantage there, you're certainly going to take it and not apologize for it.
Oh, for sure. We play there at least twice a year, throughout the regular season, things like that. So we're used to the gym.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than our home court. It's got a lot more space, but that's what we're going to see going forward. So, yeah, we're excited about it, for sure.
For people out there, man, there are big differences in the gyms throughout northern Michigan. Some of them might have those huge, backdrops where you've got a ton of space behind them, like a true arena type stuff. And there's other ones, Coach, like, the wall is almost, just about 6 feet beyond the end line. And so depth perception is a big deal.
Oh, 100%. That's kind of what our girls struggle with the most, coming from our little gym here where, like you said, the wall is 6 feet behind the backboard, and there's a big solid block behind you. And even yesterday at Elba, there was one end of the court that just kept going, and it had lights behind it, and it gave them a totally different feel. And we did struggle a little bit, but, again, we've played at Joburg enough where I think that, especially this group of girls, they've been together playing on varsity, most of them since the seniors, since they were freshmen in high school. They've had several opportunities to be there, and I don't think that's going to be as big of an issue as it has been in the past.
Yeah, Coach, and it shows on the court with, your team, the job that you and Pat have done there with the Gaylord St. Mary's girls program. It really is, second to none here in northern Michigan.
I appreciate that. We put a lot of work, especially Pat. He kind of lives and breathes this stuff, and I know he's doing it all off season this year for sure. He's put so much time into these girls. I think it was basically April last year. You know, we lose the game in March. I think it's April. He's already got him in the weight room. He's been there with them all summer long, at least 2 times a week. So he has put in a ton of time with this group of girls, for sure.
Yeah, and, I tell you what, it says a lot about your team with you winning the district championship last night, and they're already this morning back in the weight room there doing the work that needs to be done if they want to, move along further in this tournament.
Oh, yep. And that, again, this group, they've been doing this. So the seniors this year, we started having them come up to practice with us as 8th graders.
Okay.
At our varsity practice, just we had enough numbers to scrimmage and stuff, and they've bought in since they were 8th graders. I don't know if they've missed a Saturday in all those years being here, either shoot-arounds, practices, weightlifting, and it's paying off. It's 100% paying off, and we're just hoping that continues for a couple more weeks.
Yeah, for sure. And the quality of the kid that you have at St. Mary's there, all of these girls are outstanding human beings as well.
Yes, and great students. I mean, they're all right there at the top of their class. The college offers, whether it's academically, athletically, whatever, just keep rolling in for them. And like you said, they are just a great group of girls.
Yeah.
We're very proud and privileged to have them.
For sure, yeah, and there's been a long-standing tradition at St. Mary's with certain sports, and that girls' program, I can remember back in the 90s and 80s and things like that where, that was really good at that point too, and you guys have really done a lot of work there to get it back up to where it belongs, and it's really exciting to watch you guys play, usually undersized, but you play with a lot of heart, a lot of energy, and you're a fun watch.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we hang our hat on is that energy. And we've never been blessed with, a 6'2" wing post player.
Right.
We just haven't. It just hasn't been what we've been dealt. But our girls always give 100% maximum effort, and I mean, it's hard to practice for. So these teams that come play us, you can watch us on film and do all that, but until you get in a gym with us and watch our girls just chase you around for 32 minutes, you just can't replicate that. And we're hoping, like I said, that carries us forward for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Jim, I really appreciate you stepping in for Pat here because, again, he just sent me a text, 15 minutes ago seeing if you could step in. You did a great job, and hope to see you guys up there on Monday night as you take on Buckley and the regional semifinals.
Yeah, just so you know, Pat hung me out to dry on that one. He's like, you want to be on the radio? And I'm like, no, you got this, Coach. Next thing you know, he hands me his phone and says, hey, you got to be up there at 10 o'clock.
Hey, Jim, you did 2 thumbs up. You tell him better than his 1 thumb up.
Yeah.
I will. So thanks, guys.
All right, thanks. Jim Jeffers, assistant coach of the Gaylord St. Mary's Lady Snowbirds. Moving on to regionals, Roadrunner.
All right. Hey, in just a few minutes, we got James Cook from the TC Record Eagle coming in.
That we do, Jeb. James was over on assignment at another girls' game for another district championship. We'll get his insight into that game and talk about some of the other teams around Northern Michigan. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig GMC in Gaylord.
Just like Northern Michigan High School athletes, Saab relies on trust, drive, and expertise. Those are the values it takes to have a winning season, and the same values that power Saab's mission, keeping people and society safe. Hi, I'm David Howie, Project Manager for Saab in Northern Michigan. Saab is dedicated to being a responsible neighbor, a reliable employer, a steward of the environment, and a proud supporter of Northern Michigan High School athletics. Saab in Northern Michigan.
Stop in to Jim Wernig GMC to check out all the new GMC models, from the smooth and quiet ride of the GMC Sierra to a great selection of SUVs to include the Acadia, Terrain, and Yukon. No matter what your needs and budget, you'll find the right GMC to check all the boxes. All this and an amazing service department, sales team, and finance group makes shopping Jim Wernig GMC in Gaylord the best choice. Visit WernigGMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade.
Nominations for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best 2026 Reader's Choice Contests are open. Nominate your favorite businesses, organizations, and professionals in Northern Michigan for well-deserved recognition. Nominate once daily in each category through Friday, May 8th. Simply the Best in 2025 broke records, more than 29,000 nominations and more than 39,000 votes. It's more important than ever to support your favorites and help them stand out above the rest. Simply the Best voting begins May 11th, so nominate now at record-eagle.com/simplythebest.
Spice up your March with the zesty Latin menu at Benetham's. The Aztec salad and tableside flaming Mexican queso cheese make for a thrilling beginning. Perhaps a toasted coconut margarita to kick it up a notch. The shrimp flautas and Acapulco chorizo chicken are certain to delight. And if you want the best taco ever, it's Benetham's beef tenderloin tacos. Take your taste buds and visit Benethams.com. Make your reservations today. Benetham's, for the true love of food. Olay!
At Munson, we're committed to you.
Every day, we bring our best to the table.
And go the extra mile so you can stay closer to home.
We restore what's been lost and mend what's been broken.
We tend you with great care.
And deliver miracles to our communities.
At Munson, you can be sure you're in good hands.
Because we're committed to Northern Michigan and committed to you. Learn more at munsonhealthcare.org/commitment.
Jim Wernick Chevrolet in Gaylord is proud to help you tackle every season with total confidence. Whether you hit the trails in a rugged Silverado or explore Northern Michigan in a fuel-efficient Equinox, Wernick has the perfect Chevy for you. The Wernick Quick Lube conveniently keeps you on the road, and if something more serious happens, the award-winning service department will find the problem and fix it fast. Visit ChevyCentral.com or in Gaylord at Jim Wernick Chevy. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
This is Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY, powered by Gardner White Furniture on M33 in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude.
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernick Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins and the Roadrunner in with you this morning. And joining us now is James Cook from the Traverse City Record Eagle. And James, you were at a district championship game last night. Talk about the teams that were there and the outcome of that game.
Yeah, that was Kingsley and Glen Lake. Sorry, the whole week is kind of a fog.
Yeah.
So trying not to mess up my games. But yeah, Kingsley Glen Lake is a pretty good game. Ended up being 54-45. Glen Lake ended up pulling that one out, which is, I think, a surprise to a lot of people.
Right.
So I mean, I think a lot of people viewed Kingsley as the favorite in that region or that district. So, yeah, it was a good outcome. It was a good game too. It was pretty close the whole way through. Nobody got like any kind of really huge leads or anything. First quarter was incredibly close. Second quarter, I don't think the second quarter was where Kingsley kind of got ahead of it by 7 at halftime.
Okay.
And that was about the biggest gap that any team really had until pretty much the end of the fourth quarter.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was able to watch some of the highlights last night, and that's what it appeared. You know, Kingsley, like you said, at halftime looked like, you know, they'd got that nice little margin going in at half, but then Glen Lake just kept hanging around, and pulled out the win at the end.
Yeah. And Kingsley's best player, Emily Robinson, was obviously playing through some injuries or an issue with her knee. That apparently happened late in the game against St. Francis on Wednesday. She didn't appear to be herself. She still had 13 points and led them in scoring, along with Annie Strang. But she was not her normal self. You could kind of see her favor in the one leg through lots of the game and everything. But she gutted through it and still led them in scoring, and I'm going to bet rebounds too.
Yeah, that's such a bummer when a student athlete, you know, like tweaks something in the tournament run, and all of a sudden, you know, like you said, they're not 100%. They're out there battling at like 75% or something, and it's just it's really too bad for sure to end your career when you weren't 100%.
Yeah. Kingsley had a few players that were kind of sick or something too, but Glen Lake had that fairly recently as well. I think right before district started, they had kind of a whole illness go through the whole team, kind of thing, and so it's not uncommon, unfortunately, right now around district's time for girls basketball that that illness and sickness is just going through teams.
It is, yeah. That timing of it is not good for the teams whatsoever. How about some of the other scores around Northern Michigan? We already talked about the Gaylord St. Mary's over Joburg game, but any other scores or anything, James, that you want to pass along to our listeners?
Petoskey pulled out a 2-point win over Sault Ste. Marie, which is a pretty nice win over two, really good teams. I think they both came in with win totals that are approaching 20. So that's a nice win there for Petoskey to pull out that 2-point win. They had some pretty balanced scoring too. Ella Solitis with 16, Eliana Flynn with 16, Lila Jones with 10, and then they had 3 others with 5 or more.
Yeah.
So pretty balanced scoring there for Petoskey. And then the interesting thing is that 4 teams from the Northwest Conference won district titles, which is pretty unusual. I don't remember that happening, but I mean, it probably has. It's one of those things that probably has happened, but I don't know how often it happens. So you had from the Northwest Conference, you had Glen Lake, who we already talked about. You had Onekama, Buckley, and Frankfort all won districts.
Yeah.
And so that's a pretty good showing for the Northwest Conference.
Yeah,
in the postseason.
Yeah, it certainly is. That's come tournament time. That Frankfort is they win district championships like just almost like by showing up every year. I mean, yeah, they've been knocked off a few times here and there, but they really step it up when it comes tournament time. Yeah, they use the regular season just to get ready for the tournament. Winning games during the regular season is nice and all, but I don't think that Tim Regnitz really cares too much about that. I mean, they're at 13 wins right now. Yeah.
After districts, for them it's all about preparing for districts and getting ready for the playoffs, and they've done a pretty good job at that. They had to beat a pretty good Leland team who upset Bear Lake in the districts earlier. That was one of the bigger upsets, I think, of this week was Leland taking down a 19-win Bear Lake team.
Yes.
And then obviously the big one last night was McBain losing. Everett.
Oh, Everett did get him. I did not see that one.
Yeah, Everett got him by a few points. So the number 1 ranked team in Division III is out of the tournament in districts.
Yeah, and the boys McBain team, they lost by a couple in the third matchup against Beale City earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 45-37.
Is that? Yeah. Wow. No, that's good for Everett, man. That was their first win against McBain and the girls, right, this year?
Yeah, McBain went undefeated in the regular season.
Yeah.
They'd beaten Everett twice in Highland Conference play. So big turnaround there for the Everett Wildcats to get that one.
Right. That's where the old adage is hard to beat a good team 3 times in a season, and that showed true right there with Everett and McBain.
Yep. Yeah, and you mentioned Gaylord St. Mary already, Frankfort beat Leland by 4. Buckley beat a pretty good Central Lake team by 7. Yeah. And other ones from our coverage area that won districts were in the Lakes, Ellsworth, and Onekama won their districts. The only really close game in that was Ellsworth beating Burt Lake Northern Michigan Christian by 5 points to win their district.
Okay. Yeah, that Burt Lake team, they had a pretty good year, did they not?
Yeah, I think in boys and girls basketball, they were pretty solid, especially girls.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, doing some of my research there, that's a team that always kind of stepped up or kind of appeared on my computer, and that's a team that I wasn't real familiar with this year, and I wasn't real familiar with them in the past years either as a team that has went a long ways in the playoffs or anything, but they had a quality season for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jay. Any of the guys again? Who do we have? Anybody left in the boys as they go to the quarterfinals this upcoming week?
Just Onekama from our area.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. They beat Traverse City Christian.
Undefeated
in the regional
Traverse
final,
City
and that was a really good game too. A very, very, very physical game. Inside the rest kind of let it go, and then kind of decided that maybe they shouldn't have. And so both teams kind of ended up in foul trouble. But it was a pretty entertaining game to watch too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty close through almost the whole thing until kind of a technical foul late. A TC Christian player got his fifth foul and then got a technical foul for not being happy with getting his fifth, and that kind of opened it up in the last minute because it gave it put Onekama in the bonus and then gave them 2 technical foul free throws too, so they had 4 free throws and possession.
Yeah.
In the last minute of a close game, so that kind of turned the tide.
It's James, as you know, you've been covering basketball for a long, long time. It's always tough when a game is called 2 different ways during the game. You know, if they're allowed to play really physical early on and then they tighten it up a little bit, it's harder for those players to adjust to that.
Yeah, it was kind of almost the opposite. They were calling it really tough early.
Okay.
They were calling a lot of fouls in the first half, and then there wasn't as many fouls called in the second half. Probably because they didn't want to foul everybody out. I mean, both teams had a handful of players with 3 fouls by halftime. By the end of the game, 4 players fouled out, 2 from each team.
Yeah. Now, James, also going on, the individual wrestling championships are taking place. I think that's down at Ford Field, is it not?
That's correct.
Yeah, exactly. We have much of a north. I know there's a few kids from the Grayling wrestling team, both 2 boys and 2 girls that are wrestling for championships, and that, as I knew last night, they were getting ready to go to what's called to the blood round, where you can make it into the championship bracket or you go home. And but are there other wrestlers around the north that are wrestling this weekend?
Yeah, there's quite a few. There's a pretty long list of area wrestlers that qualified for the finals, but I know that there's at least 4 that won 3 matches on Friday and are going for state championships.
Excellent.
On Saturday that are actually in the finals, and that would be Matthew Quigley from Traverse City West at 120. Bella Crompton from Frankfort at 115 on the girls' side, and then Zane Willoughby from Gaylord at 165, and Charlevoix's Sawyer Botchick. He was doing really well. He's in one of the big weight classes. I can't remember if it's 215 or 285.
Right.
But he's also got a 2-1 win in his semifinal.
Oh wow!
To get through to the state championship match.
Excellent. Well, that's cool. I know you're a big fan of wrestling, as am I, and loved it because of the dedication and the commitment it takes to be a good wrestler. It's absolutely impressive what they put themselves through.
Yeah, it's one of those sports. There's no other sport like it in high school because you have all the other aspects of every other sport that you have, as far as putting in work and working out and all that stuff. But on top of that, you have to control your weight pretty precisely. And so it's just a kind of an extra level of dedication for that sport.
Yeah, and it goes through 2 big eating holidays. It goes through Thanksgiving and Christmas, and these poor wrestlers can't hardly eat and enjoy any of it. So a ton of credit to them.
Yeah, well, at least nowadays, I think you get I think it's right around New Year's, you get a 1 pound allowance.
Yes.
On your weight class. And I think there's some talk about making that 2 or 3.
All right.
In the future. Just so the kids can enjoy the holidays a little bit.
Right. No, I'm all for that for sure.
Get the extra drumstick in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, save the drumstick. All right, James, appreciate you joining us this morning, and we'll definitely be talking to you again in the future here.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, James Cook from the Traverse City Record Eagle. We'll be back in a moment. We'll have Sean Finnegan from Traverse City St. Francis talking about the National Guard Student Athlete of the Week. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig, GMC in Gaylord.
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm Melissa Sullivan, outdoor enthusiast and your host. Conditions are shifting as we move into early March. While the UP remains in excellent shape, the northern lower peninsula is entering a transitional phase with a significant warming trend on the horizon. In Kalkaska and Cadillac, the trails are still holding a decent pace, but things are starting to soften up. You'll find great stretches, but keep an eye out for thin corners and ice as that sun starts to peek through today. Over in St. Helen and Houghton Lake, conditions are getting a bit technical. We're seeing a thinner base with some wet spots in low-lying areas. If you're on your sleds, keep your expectations in check, or better yet, head north to Highway 72 where the snow belts are still holding strong. For ORV crowds, the forest roads are looking great, but remember to watch for snowmobile traffic that still could be out there. And no matter what you're driving, remember to ride right, ride safe, and don't leave your trash, leave a good impression. Visit us on upnorthsportsradio.com for more information on how to ride safe.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it.
Outdoor Equipment Co. is more than just a dealership. They're a local family-owned company with 3 locations across Michigan, carrying the top brands in power sports, marine, and outdoor equipment like Tahoe Pontoon, Kawasaki, Toro, and more. Whether you're shopping for a new unit or you need parts, service, or warranty work, you need to see the experts at Outdoor Equipment Co., Michigan's trusted source for sales, service, and parts. For the Outdoor Equipment Co. location nearest you, head to OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Stop in to Jim Wernig GMC to check out all the new GMC models. From the smooth and quiet ride of the GMC Sierra to a great selection of SUVs to include the Acadia, Terrain, and Yukon. No matter what your needs and budget, you'll find the right GMC to check all the boxes. All this and an amazing service department, sales team, and finance group makes shopping Jim Wernig GMC in Gaylord the best choice. Visit WernigGMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade.
The Spring Refresh Sale at your Gaylord Gardner White Furniture Store lets you spruce up your home or cottage and save an extra 30% on top of our industry low prices. Your purchase may even qualify for our special We Pay Your Sales Tax plan. Instead of paying Uncle Sam, let Gaylord Gardner White do it for you. Visit the friendly Gaylord Gardner White store on M32 across from Meyer in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude.
Sugar Ray! The 90s are back Saturday, March 21st at Soaring Eagle. Let's take it back to the best days. Sugar Ray with special guest Soul Asylum. Tickets from Sugar Ray and Soul Asylum start at $67 and are on sale now at the box office and etix.com.
Every morning there's a halo hanging from
Let's fly! Saturday, March 21st at Soaring Eagle. Come play with Sugar Ray and Soul Asylum. SoaringEagleCasino.com.
You're invited to the Ogama County Business and Community Expo, Job Fair, and all-new home show. Join the West Branch Area Chamber of Commerce Tuesday, March 31st from 5 to 7 p.m. at Sirline Elementary School. It's free, so come out and score some great giveaways. You can meet local businesses, explore job opportunities, and check out home improvement vendors and live speakers. Or register now as a vendor at WBACC.com. Don't miss the 2026 Expo, brought to you by the West Branch Area Chamber of Commerce.
Communities and Schools of Northwest Michigan eliminates barriers that stand in the way of learning and helps students stay focused, engaged, and on track for success in school and beyond. By putting students at the heart of everything we do, we ensure each student gets the personalized support they need to stay in school and succeed. Donate today at CISNWMI.org. Communities and Schools of Northwest Michigan at CISNWMI.org.
At Munson, we're committed to you.
Every day, we bring our best to the table.
And go the extra mile so you can stay closer to home.
We restore what's been lost and mend what's been broken.
We tend you with great care
and deliver miracles to our communities.
At Munson, you can be sure you're in good hands.
Because we're committed to Northern Michigan and committed to you. Learn more at munsonhealthcare.org/commitment.
Jim Wernick Chevrolet in Gaylord is proud to help you tackle every season with total confidence. Whether you hit the trails in a rugged Silverado or explore Northern Michigan in a fuel-efficient Equinox, Wernick has the perfect Chevy for you. The Wernick Quick Lube conveniently keeps you on the road, and if something more serious happens, the award-winning service department will find the problem and fix it fast. Visit ChevyCentral.com or in Gaylord at Jim Wernick Chevy. Chevrolet, together let's drive. If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education or where your talents lie, the Michigan Army National Guard has most of the answers. Your participation in a few yearly training exercises will make you stronger and part of a patriotic team. You will also receive up to $50,000 in scholarships towards your education, including training and placement in exciting tech and medical fields. Build your future and support your country. Apply to miarmyguard.com. That's miarmyguard.com. It's time to announce the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week here on Up North Sports Radio. If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education, build your future, and support your country, apply to miarmyguard.com. miarmyguard.com. Congratulations to the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week here on Up North Sports Radio's High School Scoreboard Show. If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education, build your future, and support your country, apply to miarmyguard.com.
It's time to announce the Michigan Army National Guard Student Athlete of the Week. Up North Sports Radio and the Michigan Army National Guard are proud to honor Mason Holscher of the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators. Congratulations, Mason. Travis Shuttler, Michigan Army National Guard recruiter for the Traverse City area, will be dropping by St. Francis High with some National Guard swag just for you. Visit miarmyguard.com to set your career in motion.
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernick Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins and the Roadrunner in this morning. And joining us now, the head coach of Traverse City St. Francis boys team, Sean Finnegan. And Sean, congratulations to Mason Holscher on being the National Guard Student Athlete of the Week.
Yeah, appreciate that, Rich. He's a great kid, great leader for us, great player, and I appreciate that. Very deserving of that.
Yeah, he's been certainly one of your more consistent players all season long, Coach.
Yeah, he had a little shoulder injury early in the year, and it stuck with him kind of throughout. Every now and then he'd have a little stinger with it, but he toughed through it. He's a tough kid, tough competitor, and as a captain, as a point guard, our 2-year point guard now as a junior, it's we lean on him a lot to kind of do what we need to do and get our guys where they need to be and just lead the troops.
Yeah. Coach, I know at the end of the regular season, you got that big-time win against McBain, so that was really cool, obviously. And then you ran into a very good Glen Lake team, and they kind of put it on you there in the districts.
Yeah, that score wasn't totally symbolic of how that game went. But nonetheless, I think the boys, I was proud of them. They did exactly what we wanted. We held Pomond to I think 22, which is about 10 or 12 less than the game before when we played them. And he's going to get his to a point anyway. But we knew if we were going to give up some threes to do what we wanted to do with him. And I mean to tell you, they hit every three that we allowed them to have. And it just you kind of put your hands up because we did what we wanted defensively. We knew what we were going to have to give up in order to take away Jake a little bit, and the boys executed just like they did against McBain. The difference is McBain didn't hit the threes, and Glen Lake did, and we couldn't buy one to save our life. We shot 2 for 23 from 3.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I mean, we're a team that we'd hit 10 tonight without a problem, and we couldn't buy one. So, we hit 5 or 6 of those. That makes that game a totally different game, and we got a lot of good looks, just couldn't knock it down. It wasn't our night.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, you know all about it, man. When the team is hot, you do everything you can to stop them, but man, sometimes it's just their night, and you just got to kind of tip your hat to them.
Yeah, and that's we talked about that with the guys after it. They're obviously you're upset because you're done for the year, but as far as our effort and our toughness and our grit, everything we talk about, the boys did everything we asked of them. We just, sometimes you're going to have those nights where you can't throw the ball in the ocean from a boat, and we were living that.
Yeah.
And like I said, every time it seemed like we thought we had a stop, we did everything right, and then Lamerson would hit a 3 or Stein hit a 3, and it's just like, gosh, those are the ones we were willing to give up.
Yeah.
And, you just kind of hope and pray they're going to miss one now and then so you can go down and cut away at that lead. And, yeah, it wasn't meant to be that night.
Yeah. Coach, I want to go back again and thank you for the Northern Michigan Showcase. We've talked about it a lot here. But, reflecting back, the Darius Acuff kid from Arkansas, he's a freshman. Yeah. He's up for Player of the Year, and they're talking about him being a high first-round pick. He played for Cass Tech 2 or 3 years ago, and I think he played in the Showcase.
Wow. He had 14 points. I won't forget it because he was one of their big guys to stop. He was only a sophomore then, but I remember Wyatt guarded him and played him really tough, and we were very happy with how that game went. I mean, obviously we lost, but to lose to the eventual D1 state champs by only 7 and in your own building and kind of have a chance to win down the stretch, we were, again, happy with how that game went. It just, wasn't ours that night. But, man, to think back, like you said, the memories of what that is and the teams we've had in that building and some of those players, it's pretty surreal to see him, on TV now playing for Arkansas and not only playing but being, a stud for Arkansas.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, Sean, is because that's the quality of kids, the athletes that you've brought into this Northern Michigan Showcase is, again, this kid, by all accounts, is going to be a high first-round pick in the NBA draft here. And that is just so cool, again, and reflective of what you've done, the hard work you've done to build that showcase.
Yeah, and that's something. That's still hard to hear that he's going to be a top NBA pick. And just 2 years ago, we were watching him, in our little gym. But, you get lucky sometimes on that, too. And, just like anything in life, I think it's all about relationships and making those connections. And that's kind of, I guess, always been a strength of mine. And I enjoy meeting new coaches and getting to know coaches. And I think when my days of coaching are done, at some point, I'm probably just going to run some of those events because those are fun days, fun. They're easy to put together, and it's just fun to see a lot of different coaches and players in the gym and enjoying what we all love about the sport.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, Sean, I know you're a busy guy. You're heading to your daughter's basketball game, and wish her all the best. And we'll definitely be in touch here in the future.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks again for having me and all your coverage of us and everything I try to put together. And thanks again for Mason and Cooper getting nominated. That was great.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, Mason Holscher, once again, our National Guard Student Athlete of the Week. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Take care.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a great day.
All right, you too. All right, Sean Finnegan from Traverse City, St. Francis. When we come back, we're going to have Tim Resnich from the Frankfort Lady Panthers joining us. You're listening to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernig, GMC in Gaylord.
If
If you're worried about the cost of continuing your education or where your talents lie, the Michigan Army National Guard has most of the answers. Your participation in a few yearly training exercises will make you stronger and part of a patriotic team. You will also receive up to $50,000 in scholarships towards your education, including training and placement in exciting tech and medical fields. Build your future and support your country. Apply to miarmyguard.com. That's miarmyguard.com. Stop in to Jim Warnick GMC to check out all the new GMC models. From the smooth and quiet ride of the GMC Sierra to a great selection of SUVs to include the Acadia, Terrain, and Yukon. No matter what your needs and budget, you'll find the right GMC to check all the boxes. All this and an amazing service department, sales team, and finance group makes shopping Jim Warnick GMC in Gaylord the best choice. Visit WarnickGMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade.
Just like Northern Michigan High School athletes, Saab relies on trust, drive, and expertise. Those are the values it takes to have a winning season, and the same values that power Saab's mission, keeping people and society safe. Hi, I'm David Howey, Project Manager for Saab in Northern Michigan. Saab is dedicated to being a responsible neighbor, a reliable employer, a steward of the environment, and a proud supporter of Northern Michigan High School athletics. Saab in Northern Michigan.
Nominations for the Traverse City Record Eagles Simply the Best 2026 Reader's Choice Contest are open. Nominate your favorite businesses, organizations, and professionals in Northern Michigan for well-deserved recognition. Nominate once daily in each category through Friday, May 8th. Simply the Best in 2025 broke records, more than 29,000 nominations and more than 39,000 votes. It's more important than ever to support your favorites and help them stand out above the rest. Simply the Best voting begins May 11th, so nominate now at record-eagle.com/simplythebest.
The Spring Refresh Sale at your Gaylord Gardner White Furniture Store lets you spruce up your home or cottage and save an extra 30% on top of our industry low prices. Your purchase may even qualify for our special We Pay Your Sales Tax plan. Instead of paying Uncle Sam, let Gaylord Gardner White do it for you. Visit the friendly Gaylord Gardner White store on M32 across from Meyer in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude.
It's time to make some waves at Pioneer Hills Marine's in-house boat show. On March 7th and 8th, come climb aboard the newest Barletta pontoons, Smoker craft fishing boats, and Kawasaki jet skis. If you're not ready to buy new, we have a great selection of used boats to get you started. Warm up in our heated showrooms and meet the manufacturer reps and our entire team who will be here to guide you into the perfect boat. Come see us March 7th and 8th. Pioneer Hills Marine, we're making memories priceless.
The golf season for 2026 is already open at Grandview Golf Club. Their state-of-the-art TrackMan simulators are so realistic your game won't skip a beat. Call 231-258-3244 to book an hour in the brand new bar and clubhouse. Play the most iconic golf courses in the world without the cost or travel. Grandview Golf Club is putting their Winter Golf League together right now. Hit some balls, have some drinks and great food, and play golf year-round at Grandview Golf Club.
Up North Sports Radio can help you plan your next Northern Michigan adventure. Tune in Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. to hear the Kirtland Community College Up North Sports Radio calendar. You'll get details on some of the best live performance and community events. Go to upnorthsportsradio.com anytime to see a full calendar of events, hear the feature as a podcast, or submit your own community event. Your adventure starts with the Kirtland Community College Up North Sports Radio calendar.
Jim Wernick Chevrolet in Gaylord is proud to help you tackle every season with total confidence. Whether you hit the trails in a rugged Silverado or explore Northern Michigan in a fuel-efficient Equinox, Wernick has the perfect Chevy for you. The Wernick Quick Lube conveniently keeps you on the road, and if something more serious happens, the award-winning service department will find the problem and fix it fast. Visit ChevyCentral.com or in Gaylord at Jim Wernick Chevy. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Welcome back to the Northern Michigan Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernick Chevrolet in Gaylord. Rich Calkins and the Roadrunner in with you this morning. And joining us now is another district champ from the Frankfort Lady Panthers, Tim Resnich. And Tim, another great battle against Leland last night, but you guys came out on the right end of it, 35-31.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, what a great game. I mean, just tough. Megan does such a good job up in Leland. She had those girls confident and aggressive, and we knew it was going to be a battle, and we just outlasted them.
Yeah. Tim, I tell you what, you matching up with Leland, I couldn't help but reflect back to years ago when my daughter, of course, Gabby and Gracie were little, and I brought them over to Traverse City Central when you guys met up with Alicia Glass playing for Leland. And, of course, we all know what Alicia, not only was she obviously an All-American volleyball player, played in the Olympics and all of that, but she was a really good all-state basketball player as well.
Oh, I was just very grateful she wanted to focus on volleyball because she was so good as a basketball player. And if that was her primary, oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
What a great kid, though. What a great kid.
Yeah, that was, Tim, that was just, I mean, I just remember those days, that was just, remembering that was just, that was a special occasion. And you guys went on and won a state championship.
Right. That year, and that was a battle there, too. I was just recalling that year, or one of those years anyhow,
right.
I think our toughest actual game was in the district final against Buckley, right, another conference team. And so it was really similar to last night, just a battle that could have gone either way. And then, of course, we loosened up and played real well from there on out.
Nice. Who was it that really played well, stepped up for you, Tim?
Well, Addie Jaros really came through, just made a decision. She wanted to get more active offensively and went and, created a couple of situations for herself that gave us that edge we needed.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Of course, our former National Guard Student Athlete of the Week right there. And, Tim, I tell you, I'm really excited. My daughter Grace is home. We're going up Monday night to watch you up in Joburg as you take on the Mile Thunderbolts.
It'll be fun. It's a long ways away.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
It
Looking
will.
forward to the challenge, that's for sure.
Of course, Mia McGregor, of course, she's all-world, and so that's obviously you're putting together a game plan, and you're going to try to do the best to try to hold her under 40 points.
That's it. We have seen them before. A couple of years ago, we saw them up in St. Ignace, and I thought we did an outstanding job on her. I think she had maybe 29 going into the last couple of minutes, and we were up by maybe a dozen. And my girls at that point, if we were up by a dozen with a minute and a half, 2 minutes left, well, they thought they could coast. And I think she scored 8 in 20 seconds, and I had to call a timeout. So this is not even close to being over yet,
Right.
So time to refocus. But she's something else. She's such a great player.
Yeah, and Tim, as we know, that three-point line, if they've got a hot shooter, that no game is ever safe.
No, absolutely. When we were able to utilize that this year for some of our games. So
right.
No, we're going to have to play, all 32 for sure against Mile.
Hey, Tim, how about your conference over there? I was talking to James Cook earlier today, and what do you have, 4 different conference members that are district champs?
Right. He asked me last night if I remember another time, and it may have been back with Leland. So we and Leland met in the region, and Kingsley was very good back then, and Glen Lake was solid. So that was the last possibility for something like this.
Right.
But I'll tell you this. If Leland was in a different district, I think we would have 5. They're a solid team, and boy, the other 4 that are in it, man, we battled each other all year long. 4 very deserving teams, and it could have been a 5th.
Yeah, that's just absolutely wild, Tim. I mean, when you think of that Northwest Conference like that, with the Buckleys and the Glen Lakes, you guys, the Onecomas, Leland, it's just absolutely just a brutal conference for girls basketball.
Oh, you went through the gauntlet this year, that's for sure. It was fun. Every game was a challenge. You couldn't take a break at all. So just what you want during the regular season.
Yeah.
But we're glad we don't have to see Leland again this season.
Yeah, that's for sure. And of course, you scheduled your normal, tough foes with like Grosse Pointe South, and you always like to take on some of those bigger schools from down south just to get your kids ready to play at tournament time.
Right. Talking to a couple of those coaches, of those teams we saw, a couple of them had made the comment that, boy, after we played you guys, the girls really stepped up and turned it on. And I saw, Grosse Pointe South had a big win yesterday. Roscommon just smoked somebody yesterday.
Yeah.
All those teams Everett had a great win. All those teams we played are really doing well.
Yeah, Everett beaten previously
McBain.
Undefeated McBain. Yeah.
That's a great win, but that's a very scary team, that Everett team. I love playing those guys. I think Coach does a great job down there, too. So, good luck to those guys. I'm happy for them.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned the alma mater there, the Roscommon Bucks, Tim. I mean,
yeah.
Hey, they've really built a really nice girls program there.
Absolutely. They have a lot of talent going through right now. They're a dangerous team.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
It is, absolutely. Yeah, I know you're a big fan of high school sports, and whether it's your opponent or anyone else there, you love to see good teams play and good kids get rewarded.
Absolutely. And leaving the gym last night, I saw some of the Leland girls really upset, and I had to stop and talk to them and just, tell them, man, it was something else. It was just good basketball, and I appreciated how hard they worked. That's what makes it fun. At this point in my career, I just want to be part of good basketball.
Right. Exactly. That's what I mean. All of these long hours in the gym through the whole season, and that's what it's all about. When it comes down to it, it's about the people, the kids, the parents, everybody else. It just it makes it such a wonderful sport.
No question. Yeah, we had a big chunk of the community there last night, and everybody just celebrating. Everybody was on the edge of their seat for those 32,
sure.
But what a sigh of relief. But it's been great. A lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
No one left early, that's for sure.
Not that one. No way.
Not a L.A. crowd where they're like leaving, in the third quarter or something. Go, yeah, we want to beat the traffic tonight. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no. There was no rush to get home for sure.
So, Tim, I read an article earlier on M Live on this Mayo team, and I saw that where Christy McGregor, of course, their coach, and the mom of Mia there, they actually had to recruit some kids to come out for the team to have enough numbers on their team this year.
Yeah, it's interesting over there.
Just wild.
It is, and it's we have to prepare. We have to do a 180, just go the other direction for this one coming up.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to outscore Mia for sure.
Yeah.
We have to watch the other kids, but we know she's going to provide 90% of their offense. So, this is an interesting shift from where we just came from.
For sure. Now, Tim, will you guys try to get a light practice in today or tomorrow? Because, again, you have such a short turnaround to play on Monday.
They have today off. We have a phenomenal, just a great kid. Bella Crompton is wrestling today in the state finals down at Ford Field.
Yeah, excellent.
I know, a couple of the kids went down to see, and I hope everybody else is at least watching on TV, cheering her on. She's such a great kid. Easy to cheer for, that's for sure. And so hopefully they're going to enjoy that, get some good rest, and tomorrow we will be in the gym.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. That's what. So, again, how many district championships does this make for you now, Tim? Do you know?
Yeah, I think that's number 17.
Wow.
17. Wow. That's
cool.
impressive. That is impressive, Tim. So, well, congratulations on another one, and we'll see you up on Monday night up there. I wouldn't miss that matchup of Frankfurt and Mile with Mia McGregor. That's going to be, and I'm going to get there early to see the Buckley Gaylord St. Mary's game too. So
that should be a great one. Two really good teams. That Buckley team is very dangerous. It's what a great region to be a part of. You know, it's an honor to be a part of. This has to be one of the toughest regions in the state.
Oh, totally agree, Tim. Yeah, I can't possibly miss that. So anyway, again, congratulations, Tim. Thanks for joining us again, as always, and best of luck. We'll see you on Monday night.
Very good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
Good luck.
Tim Resnich of the Frankfort Lady Panthers wins the 17th district championship.
Wow, that is fantastic. What a lot of great basketball years.
Yeah, for sure.
All the different teams.
Yeah, wow. We talked to him earlier in the year, celebrated his 400th win as a high school coach.
Wow.
And all of those in girls, and
put you in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Real
Yeah, he
time.
is Hall of Fame bound. There is no doubt about it there. He's he's put in obviously a lot of work. Started off in the Metro Detroit area, and then wanted to grew up in Roscommon, and then moved up to Frankfort and been the girls coach ever since, and just has had a phenomenal career for sure.
That is fantastic. 17
district championships,
woo,
man.
Woo.
That's a whole lot of banners hanging in your gym there. That's for sure. With the district championships and all of that.
I was going to ask you, what's your highlight game this coming week?
That it's got to be that Monday night game.
The Monday night game?
Yeah, because we in the boys division, we don't have a ton of local flavor left anymore with Onekama, the only boys team left. Yep. So that's going, but we have a lot of the girls teams still playing. So that's that Monday night, like Tim just mentioned, with that first game with Buckley and Gaylord St. Mary's, and then the second game of Mile and Frankfort. Going to be, and Mile has a girl named Mia McGregor. She has been since her freshman year. She's been the Division IV Player of the Year.
Wow!
And this will be her. She's just a junior,
going to be
and
a hot
she's going to win another one.
Frankfurt
we talked about. The goal is to keep her under 40 points if they can.
Wow!
Because she's a one-person wrecking crew, man. She's awesome.
Oh man,
she is amazing. Yeah. Well. Appreciate you filling in today, Roadrunner. You did an admirable job.
Well, I got to push the buttons.
Yeah, that's it. That's an important part of behind-the-scenes work.
I got him on the radio with
That's
you.
right. That's all that matters. Yep.
All right. Always fun to be with you, Rich. Mr. Sports right here, while the other Mr. Sports is on a little vacation out west, but... it's always cool. I'm always listening on the weekends, too, man.
We appreciate it, buddy. So,
great show.
We're good. Thank you. We're going to be going over to 97.1 The Ticket here, and our proud partnership with them. They do a great job, and so appreciate it, bud.
All righty. There you go. We'll be moving.
This has been the Northern Michigan High School Sports Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Jim Wernick GMC in Gaylord, dedicated to the best customer service and the best offers. Join us next Saturday at 10 with host Rich Calkins. Nobody loves high school sports like Up North Sports Radio.
WGRY in Grayling is a division of Blarney Stone Broadcasting with 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network, 101.1 WGRY, powered by Gardner White Furniture in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude.
The spring refresh sale at your Gaylord Gardner White Furniture Store lets you spruce up your home or cottage and save an extra 30% on top of our industry low prices. Your purchase may even qualify for our special We Pay Your Sales Tax plan. Instead of paying Uncle Sam, let Gaylord Gardner White do it for you. Visit the friendly Gaylord Gardner White store on M32 across from Meyer in Gaylord. Same owners.